Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking about MARA. You'll find my previous DD in the description below if you'd like to watch that one after this one. Make sure to drop a like to this video and help this channel grow. Subscribe and leave your notifications on. Without further ado, I'm going to go through technical analysis, latest news, and then what I think about the stock. You get to see here on the MACD, for instance, that it's actually starting in a negative trend that did start somewhere around the 17th of August. And that seems to be the last kind of hump before it actually did drop down. Now it's still within the trading action zone, barely clinching in there. Trading action zones between 277 and 365, so close below there. That's where reversals are likely. 10 SMA is still above 30 EMA, which is bullish. Stock price is still above the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA, which is bullish. Now the 200 SMA is actually falling down, so it doesn't tell us much. But William %R says the stock is oversold. William %R signals that there is a significant loss in momentum, and MACD signals that there's more bleeding to it than we can actually see in the coming days. So moving on towards the 1 hour perspective, we get to see here an MACD that is curving up and almost recovering in the extended market. Not very much so, but that could also increase a little bit into the extended market on Monday. Something similar to what happened here. The stock price is bearish here. What you get to see is a death star that occurred somewhere around here. So that's when the 50 SMA climbs up from the bottom. Climbs up from the top and dips down. 30 EMA is above 10 SMA, which is bearish, and the stock is under the VWAP, so it's bearish altogether on the moving averages. Now the ADX does show it's around 32, 38, and this supports a negative trend, a strong negative trend that is. We get to see a William %R here that is still oversold, but momentum seems to be losing momentum here as well in terms of the rate of recovery. So now we're going to be moving on to where the moving average band is. Moving average band is between 291 and 3.6, although it has no significance. As you can get to see, it has jumped for quite a bit, and this is the first time third day it actually just touches it, and it has fell below there. Now on Fibonacci retracements here, we're going to do that quickly. Get to see that the stock, we're talking about a stock that was 66 cents not a long time ago. The current support, the major Fibonacci support, is at 242. The current resistance is 297. It still has a gap to fill down to 219. We're going to go quickly into the 1 hour perspective in order to determine significant supports and resistances. We're going to do 1 hour, 1 month, 1 hour. I'm not going to go through every single support and resistance, just the significant ones where if it breaks it, it has a bit more chance to drop up higher or lower. So the current one is 243, and then you see 212 and 199, and then below that you get 159, and then above that in terms of resistance, significant ones include 297, 31 to 31, and then above that I would say 341 to 347. Above that you have a little bit more room to grow. Fibonacci retracements here, as they do play a significant role. 258 as a support, 310 as a resistance, and 362 as a next resistance. Next support is 194. Now moving on towards where latest news are, and for instance here, institutional values, you get to see that there hasn't been any transactions this week in terms of institutional holdings. A little bit concerning. It's more if they're all just watching and holding and not considering buying. Of course, there was 2 news that came in. This came in today. They gained compliance around noon for reaching above the price above $1 for 10 consecutive days. And they did provide an update into their mining operations, and you get to see that they are expanding in terms of their mining operations. Now, if they have expanded, why is the price falling down and it's not recovering? Bitcoin did reach $12,000 for a bit, and then kind of dipped down from there sometime recently. I can't remember, sometime this week. But this stock fell before even Bitcoin stayed up above the 12,000. So I think the stock here had a lot of hype, had a lot of pump to it. So right now what you want to have is you want to have it accumulate. Now it's a falling knife, so I'll definitely consider selling because the MACD here seems to be seems to be going on in terms of negative. The ADX supports a very strong negative direction, so it's a little bit concerning from my point of view. I wouldn't touch it until I see that kind of recovery. You'd like an MACD that does recover down. Now, we could definitely see a green Monday, but not counting, I'm not betting my money on it. The other thing here is a lot of people are thinking, okay, if they are expanding that fast, and you're talking about, for instance, here a receipt that has around 24, I believe, 24 million US dollars, right, in this Canadian company. So there's exchange rate there as well. Where are they bringing in the capital from? They have a shelf offerings that I did mention previously in my video. Are they going to exercise that? And that's all concerns that a lot of people are thinking about, and that's why probably the stock is dripping. Now, what do you think about the sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.